Hello and welcome to the program. On February 6th, the International Interior Design Exhibition kicked off in Kyiv. It is the professional hub offering many chances to European companies to enter into the Ukrainian market. To talk more about new architectural trends and modern design philosophy, we'll welcome in our studio Simone Micheli, an Italian architect, designer and professor at Istituto Europeo di Design in Milan. Hello and thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure for me to stay here with you.
Shared pleasure. So first question, at this exhibition, at this forum, you will host several lectures. What are the themes that you've chosen this year?
In the events, we realize a lot of lecture about the relationship from my studio and the guests that study. We realize some lecture in link with the Istituto Europeo di Design for transfer my expertise, my experience on the Ukrainian market. So we speak about architecture, interior design. For Simone Micheli, don't exist one difference from different scale of the project. For me, realize one architecture project or one interior design project, one design project is the same. Change the rule.
It's a whole like...
Yes, change the rule of the project, but one project is one project.
Now, about the Ukrainian market, I want to focus a little bit on the Ukrainian market. This is a peculiar market. Do you see any trends emerging from this market today? Do you see it become, I wouldn't say fashionable, but you know how Ukrainians become in fashion itself. So can you see it?
I think that for this country now, this country have a big possibility to improve the story linked to the new shape and contents about the design and architecture. The people, for me, I stay in Ukraine for 6 times. I know Ukrainian people. It's amazing, fantastic for me. I have a good relationship with you. I think that is the right moment for change a spirit to realize architecture. I believe that for one country like your country, it's too important realize masterpiece to win in the market. So I think that I believe in this. If in Ukraine born some real masterpiece in architecture, a lot of people all over the world will come to see this masterpiece. So the country grew up step by step, because in architecture this is the important, realize unique architecture, very distinctive. This is one important point, realize the architecture life masterpiece, and in your country, in my opinion, is necessary to do this for win in a global market.
Now, on the matter of style itself, do you think that, because Ukraine has a Soviet past, and you saw Kyiv, you saw this city which is full of, Soviet architecture, do you think that Ukrainian style should completely get rid of the brutalism and constructivism thing, or just keep that influence to transform it?
I think that the historical position is too important to improve, going in the next, in the new direction of the future. But it is important, don't broken with the past. Start to the past, maintain the story of the past. You have a lot of building, amazing, with your style. But if born one mix from this historical position and the futuristic position, born a difference.
Now, this is not the first time, as you said, that you are in Ukraine. The first project that you had in Ukraine was, if I'm not wrong, in 2013?
Yeah.
Yes, can you tell us more about this project?
I realized in 2013 one project in Alusta, right? And then I lose this project because all is changed. But I think that also this project in Alusta, I realized this project in one forest, the house on the glass, with glass. The wallpaper was the nature in this village. But I think that this kind of project for this place was fantastic. So the situation changed, political situation changed, so everything restart. But I think that now in your country need some special project to have a new position in the world, because the architecture that you have, also the design of this building is incredible. It's necessary, for me, the opinion is necessary that the people maintain the historical building that you have, not destroy it, but maintain.
Now, Ukrainians have a certain special relation to nature, and it's interesting that you raise this idea of a project between nature. How to create some sort of style where Ukrainians can keep their traditional link to nature while developing a certain, style towards the future?
This is it's not simple, but it's possible. So now, in my opinion, I speak to you about the new luxury. This concept is in link with the nature. Now it's too important change the intellectual position. For me now the luxury is one new relationship from man, space and time. Realize luxury architecture now don't means use luxury material like gold, stone, but live in one simple space that transforms our complexity in simplicity. So maintain more time to realize project, to live in the city or in the apartment means to be more in link with the nature. My speech perhaps is too complicated to understand, but I hope that was possible. So in synthesis, I design for translate our complexity in simplicity. I think that the nature is too important. We must learn to the nature to realize a new project for the future.
No, this simplicity also comes with, as I saw in your work, you have a lot of round shapes, and you're interested in these round shapes. Why is it that important to focus? Why
the round shape? Exactly. Why start so from the love that I have for the lady, because I love the lady. So I love the nature. So you find in my project the shape linked to the nature lead to the shape of the woman. I think that in my project the more important point is that I speak before with you. I transform the complexity in simplicity. In my project that you can see, you find strange situation, very super modern position. But I maintain one eye on the sustainability. This is another point for me is very important. For my client, I realize usually amazing place where the price for the realization is very low, because it's important to use the light, the shape of the furniture, if you speak about the interior, the color, but in the right direction. So I never use luxury material, but low-cost material. But in my project seems very luxury. So this is a demonstration that even if when people use low-cost material, it's possible transform the story with the right light, with the right color in one luxury space. This is the story. Another important point for me is this. I think that when one guy live one experience that become memory, this is very important in my work, means that this guy leave one masterpiece. If this happens, means that this building or this part of masterpiece go all over the world through the communication. When you have one very distinctive and unique building or interior design, if it's real unique and distinctive, this building or this interior go all over the world through the communication.
So it's a way to share one person's experience through the building of one's own creation.
Yeah.
Now, let's say, like what you saw in Ukraine since you were here, since since you saw Ukraine change, what can Ukraine learn from European designers, and maybe more, what can European designers in general and architects maybe can learn from Ukraine?
Now all is global, so the Ukrainian guy can learn from Italia our spirit that is linked with the past, but is linked also with the future. So one architect like me, I love the past, the Italian past, but my projection, my design projection is in link with the future. So my shape, the shape that I have in my project start from my head, from my heart, is mine. So the style of Simone Micheli is this. So the Ukrainian guy can see my style and understand. The important is that the Ukrainian guy don't copy, because this is terrible for all over the world. I teach also in Shanghai. Now, for all over the world, this guy is very dangerous.
Why? Because they're just copying style?
Yes, but it's dangerous because yesterday this guy realized copy. Now this guy create, but it's a lot of people. Chinese people is a lot, not Ukrainian, not Italian, but Chinese. It's incredible. So I think that the experience that a Ukrainian guy can see about Simone Micheli is too important to understand. And that Ukrainian guy must think about this and start with different projects for win. What can I have from the contact with the Ukrainian architect and guy? I can see, I can understand the spirits of the new construction or old construction for improve my project, but without copy, for understand the real spirits, the contents that the project maintain for realize new kind of project.
So this sort of unicity, which brings me to my next question. Let's say I'm a young designer, one willing to appear in the market, Ukrainian or not, or European in general. What kind of advice would you give me?
I think that in this period it's too important for winning the market, maintain, look out of the box for win, because our market now is, I repeat, is global. So it's possible that one Ukrainian architect, one Italian architect, or one Spanish architect make win project if the project will be, I repeat, unique. This is the way.
And to conclude this interview, we began with you. We're gonna finish with you. What's next for you after? So you have this exhibition. What's your next project in Ukraine or outside Ukraine?
Now, in this day, I have a lecture with the Istituto Europeo di Design inside of the fair. So I have some meeting with the new client. I meet in this day my client that I start to realize one new project in Kyiv. This
Can
is
you tell us?
It's secret because it's too important. I think that we finish this project in 3 years.
Okay.
So Kyiv, in Kyiv will be one signed by Simone Micheli. For me, it's an honor.
So, well, maybe we'll have the occasion to invite you again to talk more about this project.
For me. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having you in the studio today. That was a shared pleasure.
It was a pleasure.
That was Simone Micheli, an Italian architect, designer and professor at Istituto Europeo di Design in Milan. Thank you for watching the program and stay tuned for the rest.